Hi, my name is Shuming. For my final project, I created a recipes sharing website. It is a full stack website, which means it has a front end, a back end, and a database. So let's get started with the back end first. So, so if you want to build a full stack website, the first thing you need to do is setting up a server. For this part, I'm using Express.js and Node.js. Then I set the port at 5000, and this line makes sure that the server is running at the port 5000. Now we have a server running and we need to connect our database. So for a database, I'm using the MongoDB, and all data stored in MongoDB is in JSON file. This is very important. And for the connection, I'm using the Mongoose, as you can see here. So this line makes sure that the Mongo database is connected to the server. And now we have a server running and the database. We need to make sure what types of data we want to store in our database. For this part, I'm using the Mongoose schema. And for my final project, I am going to store the user's name and recipes information in the database. So as you can see here, I have defined the user. It, it has a username, an email, a password, and recipe. It has a name, category, image, cook time, ingredients, directions, description, rating, and username. So we have defined what types of data we are going to store in our database. Then we have to decide what are we going to do with these two types of data. Then we need to do the third part on the server. We need mount routers at middleware at path. So for every path with /user in the end, we execute the routers from this user file. So as you can see, we want to add new users to the database. We also want to get the information of users from the database. We also want to build our login system with the database. And for the recipes, it's the similar. We want to add new recipes. We want to get category information. We want to review those recipes. We also want to see details. We also want to delete some recipes, update, and that's it. So that's the backend. Let's go back to the front end. This is my home page, and let's try to use the sign up system first. So for the username, you need the unique username. So test is not gonna work because we already have one account with the username test. So let's try test1, and the email address test.com. And for the password, you need at least 6 characters and the same passwords. Okay, we are signed in, and as you can see here, the welcome message pops out. Let's try to log out and log in again. Test 1. The password is 12345 6. Let's add a 7 in the end. No, because the wrong password. Let's delete the 7. Okay, we are logged in. And let me show you what happened in the code. Let's go to the front end. This is my front end folder. As you can see here, I have created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 components for 8 different pages. This is the user page that I just landed on. So this is the login form, as you can see here. Also, I'm using the controlled component feature of Node.js to, as you can see here, then we can get the value of the username from this input bar and the password from this input bar. And after I click on submit, it will go to login submit function here. Now we store our username information and password information in JSON file, as you can see here. As I mentioned, the MongoDB only accepts JSON file. So we pass this JSON file as the request to this path with post request. So this method has been defined previously. So as you can see here, we have login path with post method, and the username and the request and username and password information are stored in request.body. As you can see here, username and password, and the server send request to the MongoDB, and it will try to find is there an account that matches the username and password, and it did find something in the database. It will return that user in JSON file to the response parameter. If it didn't, it will send back nothing in this user JSON files. So and now we get a response from the server and database. And as you can see here, this is the response we get from the server. So if we typed in the correct username and the password, the response.data.length will be 1. So then we are logged in. Then we set local storage to store login status, and we make sure the login alert message is hide. So that's what happened in the backend. And let's show more features in the front end. As you can see, this is the home page. I have created 3 categories for recommendation, and you can click on either one to get more details of certain recipe, as you can see here. And also on all recipes page, you can see all the recipes, not only created by me. You can get all the recipes created by all the users on my website. So let's try to create our new recipe. So the name should be, let's say, apple fruit description nice. And for image, you need to upload your image to an online platform. Let's paste here, cook time 5 minutes. And for ingredients, you can add as many as you like. Let's see, and you can also remove them if you dislike them. So let's ingredient apple and water. It's the same for directions. You can add multiple and remove them. So let's need like 2 steps. First, wash your hands and eat that apple. So let's click on create my recipe. Now recipe is added to the database. Let's refresh our database here. Oh, okay, as you can see here, name apple, category fruit, cook time 5 minutes. Yeah. So let's go to all recipes. Now as you can see here, it shows up here, and you can click on it, see more details, fruit, cook time, description. So let's say if you want to make some changes to your recipe, you can click on this welcome message, and it goes to the profile page. And on this profile page, you will see all the recipes that you have created on this website. And you have 2 options. You can either edit or delete. Let's try edit first. It will go to this page. As you can see, all the information I just inputted previously, and we can change it. Let's say the cook time is 2 minutes, and let's want to use a real apple image. let's change the URL, and let's say we miss one step. Before we eat that apple, we also want to make sure we wash it first. Wash that apple. So we have one more step added. Okay, let's refresh our database and let's go back to the our recipe. Now the image has changed, and also we have one more step here. So, and let's say you don't like this recipe anymore, so you can just click on delete it. Before that, we make sure it is updated in the database. Yeah, as in a category, and we have 3 steps. So let's just simply delete it, and it is gone. Also, it is gone on the all recipes page. Let's refresh our database again. Yeah, we only got 12 recipes, no apple here. So I think that's all I want to share with you, and thank you for watching.